Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Preimesberger, editor of eWEEK. Thank you very much for joining us today for this latest segment of eWEEK eSpeaks. It's our series of conversations with IT thought leaders from all different sectors of the business. Our interviewee today is Gregory Blondeau, who's a founder and CEO of Proxyclick. Very interesting name for a company. Welcome, Gregory.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
Yeah, and Gregory, you are in Brussels today. Is that correct?
I am in Brussels. I moved back from New York to Brussels a few months ago. I spent a few months in New York. Actually, moved to New York at the end of February, a few weeks before the pandemic. So
Yeah,
that was a life-changing event for many people, including me.
sure. No, absolutely. Tell me a little bit about your background and Proxyclick and what business problem Proxyclick solves. It's a very specific one in IT.
It's a very specific one. So I quit my job about 10 years ago with the objective to fix the front desk. The front desk of many organizations was poorly managed, poorly operated, a lot of manual tasks. And so I wanted to fix that. And we decided in 2014 to focus exclusively on visitor management. So checking in visitors on those tablets where you type your name and your host is notified. You need to sign a document on the tablet or on the phone beforehand. There's a pre-screening, questions, picture, etc. So we've been doing that now for 6 years, as mentioned. We have customers in 110 countries, something like that, ranging from large organizations such as L'Oreal, Adidas, Airbnb, Revolut, Vodafone, using us in one or multiple locations to manage the flow of their visitors.
Yeah, I think most of us have come across, that your software. There's no question about it. I live in Redwood City, California, and Box is here.
Yeah,
And they're probably a customer of yours, I would imagine,
that's
because
a good example. Yes.
I walk in and I've got a meeting with Aaron Levy, the CEO, or one of those folks, and I got to go through and sign the pad and get my picture taken and notify my guy so I can go up and talk to him. It's all very efficient. It's simple to use. It's intuitive. Um, and I just find it personally, I find it to be very, very useful, and I'm sure the company does. So you figured this out early. How long has Proxyclick been in business? It's been in business for a while, because I
Yeah,
seem to remember using the software and the hardware for a long time.
yeah. As mentioned, I quit my job in 10 years ago, something like that. And but it took, of course, a while to release the product. So let's say, and our first visitors checked in 2011, and we've been yeah we've been around for a while, and we've been solving companies' problem for as many years. What has changed really is that initially it was a user experience, improving the image of the front desk, simplifying communication with the host. And now, years after years, it became more and more about security.
Yeah.
Security meaning screening people, knowing who's on site in case of emergency, making sure NDAs are signed, making sure data privacy is respected, and those names don't appear on a paper logbook at the front desk. So that was the evolution. And of course, next to security, you have health and safety.
Yeah.
And that has, of course, changed the world last year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that leads into my next question, and that would be about the COVID-19 pandemic hitting businesses in so many different ways at so many different levels that we don't even think about generally. How has COVID-19 affected your business and your clients?
So something which we sometimes struggle to sell to customers in the sense that it was difficult to create a sense of urgency. You know, oh, it has been working like that for many years. I can still do that what you propose tomorrow. Became very urgent. Today, no one is doubting that you need to ask questions to your visitors before they come on site. So that was the first reaction. We moved to touchless check-in, offering a smartphone check-in and QR code reader on or QR code reading on the tablet or on the access control. So that was the first reaction. But then, of course, what happened next is that employees are now becoming the new visitors, because questions you used to ask to your visitors, you now need to ask to your employees every day. Did you meet someone who is exposed to the virus? Do you have a vaccine now? More and more. Do you have? Have you been tested? Could you sign here? So these questions, like booking a desk, booking a presence on the office, have become now the new wave of our offering. So that's why we released a few weeks ago the Flow platform. So adding next to the visitor flow, we now manage people, employee flow and contractor flows.
Wow, I wouldn't have thought of that, but you obviously had to, and your customers probably, did they come to you with the request to add these features? Yeah, I mean, that's.
Yeah, we've heard from our customers, our employees are jealous from our visitors because there's such a great experience at the front desk, and we still have that old badge, and we need to sign a paper for COVID and etc. Can you, Proxyclick, help us offer the same experience to our employees? And so that's what we've done. That's what we've released with great success a few weeks ago, and we're now coming out of beta with a mature offering that is available from our website.
Very cool. And so, yeah, your business obviously is very agile to be able to add these features and in real time. I guess it's taken you a little while to get it developed, I'm sure, but you know, it's out there. Are most of your customers accepting this or adding this to their systems now? I would imagine they are.
Yes, they are. They are because they need a solution to that problem of knowing who's going to come. I mean, all of these companies are wondering, okay, now the vaccine is coming, testing capabilities are scaling up. It's much more easier than a few months ago to get tested.
Mm-hmm.
How do I reopen my office or my offices? How do I organize bookings, availability? How do I track in case there is a problem? How do I track the people who were in the office on that day? So they all need a solution to that problem. So yes, we have a lot of demand, of course, for this new offering.
Right. Is your solution a cloud-based solution, or does it have to be on a server, a dedicated server somewhere in a data center, or what?
No, it's fully cloud-based, so fully self-service. Your customers can sign up for a trial, test the application, and deploy it. We offer customer success together with the service to help organizations deploy across tens or hundreds of locations to make sure they set up the system the way they want to set it up.
I see. And does your company offer? Maybe I just missed this. Did your company offer services to help your clients set it all up?
Yes.
Or is it pretty much do it yourself, or what?
No, we have both. So we have for small organization, SMB and mid-market, they often like to do things themselves. But if they need to and if they want to, we recommend that they take some of our services offering to make sure they make the best out of the system.
Right, for sure. And we have just a minute or so left, Gregory. tell me a little bit about the market. Is there what's the competition out there? What you do is so specialized and you're so good at what you do. Is there anybody that you're really up against when you're getting new clients, or what?
First of all, it's a huge market. So every single front desk, even more than offices, needs to process flow of people. So a combination of our flow platform and the Prover app, allowing people to be screened on their phone, and then if the screening is positive, receive the access code, the QR code to access the premises. So you're linking a process to an access to the physical world. So the market is gigantic. Yes, visitor management players are very well positioned to lead on that market. And if you look at the few comparative websites that offer these solution list of a SaaS solution, you'll find a few competitors, but there are very few at the top, maybe 2 or 3, that can really claim the spot to really solve companies, organizations problems. So we're not that many on a huge market, to summarize.
All right, everybody's got a front desk somewhere, and with the pandemic, there's so much more information that needs to be gathered and distributed and decided upon. So that's great stuff.
Gregory, and I add a last point, Chris. What's critical here is data privacy.
Yes.
People are worried now. In Europe, of course, but also in the US more and more. People are worried. What's going to happen with my data? I'm giving test data, I'm giving vaccine data, I'm giving health data, my temperature, because we have that function. You take your temperature on the screen. Where is that data going? And I think it's very important to respect data privacy, or the privacy of the people that are entering and exiting these offices.
Right. And is all that data that you're collecting going into your own cloud service storage, or what?
It's going into our own cloud, but very important, each organization can define a deletion duration, auto deletion duration. And so some of the data we don't keep, like for instance, the temperature, we don't keep the data. We just keep the yes or no. Okay. And other types of data, like the visit themselves, the check-ins themselves, organization can decide how soon or frequently they need to be deleted.
That's a lot of knobs and levers that you can pull on this. So that's great. You can customize it, I guess.
Yes.
Right. Very good. Gregory Blondeau, thank you so much for your time today explaining Proxyclick, and very interesting company. Like we said, very specific use case, but very important use case in this day and age.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
And for everybody following along to the end here today on our eWEEK eSpeaks session, thank you and have a great rest of your eWEEK. Thanks for joining us on eWEEK eSpeaks. Go to eWEEK.com to hear more conversations with IT thought leaders.